Renegade Immortal Episode 156. In the previous episode, Wang Lin shocked everyone in the Sky Demon City by casually striking the demon drum 5 times in a row. A feat thought impossible even for the most powerful demon generals. His calm demeanor and unmatched control left the audience and the vice commander-in-chief stunned. While even the elite Mo Fei struggled to match his power, the sheer force of the drumwaves and Wang Lin's unshakable composure proved that he was far beyond what anyone had expected. At the end of the previous episode, Wang Lin pushed his limits further, striking the drum a 7th and then an 8th time, fusing his voice with the power of the heavens itself. His declaration, demanding the golden armored man's hand, resonated with the authority of law and left the audience in awe. As even the most powerful commanders recognized the terrifying force of his words that evoke law. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. However, right now it is impossible for you to take my arm. The golden armored man took a deep breath before looking at Wang Lin and shaking his head. If you can ring it 15 times, then I swear to the Sky Demon that I'll cut off my arm for you. If you can't do it, then shut up. If you continue to be noisy, don't blame me for dealing with you. Wang Lin looked at him coldly. He could tell that this man's cultivation was powerful, at the very peak of the mid-stage of Ascendant. Only one step away from the late stage, although the difference between mid and late stage seemed small. To Wang Lin, that gap was as wide as the heavens. But what made this man truly terrifying was not only his cultivation, but the spell he cultivated. It was connected to the Yang flame, brilliant, scorching, and destructive. Combined with his strength, this made him capable of fighting even late-stage ascendants. Unless he faced a titled ascendant, few could defeat him. Still, Wang Lin remained calm. He understood that if they fought under the blazing sun at noon, he would certainly lose. But under the cover of night, or in a place filled with yin energy, the balance could shift in his favor. He withdrew his gaze from the golden armored man and turned toward the massive demon drum before him. He had already struck it 8 times, and the rebound force from the 8th strike had shattered nearly 3,000 layers of life seals within his body. He thought quietly to himself, even if Mo Lihai can't continue, I've already struck it 8 times. One more time will put me in the top 10. There's no need to risk injury for more. But then, a new thought surfaced. Each time he struck the drum, it stirred something inside him, something deep and familiar, like the mysterious feeling he had once experienced when listening to the zither music by the riverside. He realized that this drum might be connected to his Tao. The strike itself followed the will of the heavens, but the rebound, it defied the heavens. The act of following, then defying, created a strange, cyclical harmony. His eyes lit up with understanding. Without hesitation, he took a deep breath and struck the drum once more. Dong! The 9th ring exploded through the square. The rebound surged into Wang Lin's body like a tidal wave. It was pure defiance made manifest. A power that shattered over 3,600 layers of life seals. Though much of the force weakened, it still rampaged through his body, shaking his meridians. His body trembled violently, forcing him backward, 1 step, 2, 3, until the 19th step, where he finally stopped, steadying himself. His face flushed red, then slowly returned to normal. The golden armored man sneered. He's at his limit. 10 times will be the most he can manage. Around them, the entire square had fallen silent. No one dared speak. The 9th strike had already surpassed Mo Fei, the #1 demon general. Everyone knew it. After today, the name Wang Lin would shine throughout the Sky Demon country. Mo Lihai sighed deeply as he watched. 9 times. I can't do that. But while others watched him, Wang Lin's expression darkened. He could feel something unusual. The rebound had carried more than raw energy, it carried will. An unyielding spirit, a fierce arrogance that refused to bow before the heavens. He whispered to himself, defying. He suddenly understood. I was wrong before. By using my life seals to resist the defying force, I was resisting the very nature of defiance within my own heart. His eyes gleamed with newfound clarity. Slowly, he walked back to the drum, 1 step, then another, until he stood before it again. He reached out and placed his hand upon its rough surface. Immediately, threads of unyielding intent seeped into him through his palm. He closed his eyes, letting his breath slow. The golden armored man scoffed. Trying to act mysterious? If touching the drum was enough to ring it 15 times, then the servants who clean it could do it hundreds of times. But not everyone mocked. The female universe commander-in-chief watched quietly and said, "He is not communicating with it, he is comprehending it. When I rang the drum, I also felt its aura. Have you all forgotten?" The other commanders' expressions turned serious. Among the demon generals, Mo Fei's eyes brightened with understanding. Could it be, he felt that aura too? As Wang Lin stood there, the aura of defiance within the drum flowed into him, fusing with his origin soul. He realized something profound. He wasn't supposed to resist this defying energy, but merge with it. If he could truly comprehend it, then the rebound would no longer harm him, it would instead purify his body. He opened his eyes, filled with determination, and struck the drum again. Dong! The 10th ring resounded across the square. The force that came back was immense, surging through his body like lightning. He withdrew the protection of his life seals, letting the full might of the rebound enter him. Black sweat poured from his pores, carrying away the impurities in his body. It was a cleansing sensation, a purification he had not experienced since his early days of cultivation. But soon, the pain struck. The force within him became violent and chaotic. His face turned pale. From the stands, gasps of realization spread. Marrow cleansing. He's cleansing his marrow using the demon drum. Even the commander-in-chiefs were astonished. To cleanse one's marrow with this drum required extraordinary strength. Attempting it by force could cripple a man or even kill him. The Heaven Commander-in-Chief opened his eyes slightly. He sighed inwardly, disappointment flickering across his gaze. There's no need to observe this child further, he thought, and closed his eyes again. But Wang Lin did not stop. His face was pale, yet his eyes were filled with brightness and clarity. The reason I was injured, it isn't because my cultivation is too weak. It's because my Tao is different. To defy the heavens is not a single path. Each being has their own way of defying. Though we share the same word, defy, there are countless meanings to it. His understanding deepened. His spirit seemed to merge with his domain, his body radiating both sorrow and resolve. He gently lifted his right hand once more and touched the drum. Dong! The 11th ring echoed out. But this time, the sound was no longer fierce or violent. It was filled with sadness, a profound, soul-stirring sorrow that swept across the square and even reached the distant Sky Demon City. The sound resonated with the hearts of everyone who heard it. The sadness within the drum's echo carried his will, his soul struck the drum. And the drum carried his Tao to the heavens. The golden armored man's eyes widened in disbelief. The sound of the drum contains intent? Impossible. That's absolutely impossible. He stumbled backward, trembling, unable to comprehend what he was seeing. And at that moment, for the very first time, the Heaven Commander-in-Chief's eyes opened completely. He rose to his feet, his gaze fixed upon the lone figure standing before the demon drum. In the entire square, the only person who had his attention was Wang Lin. In this episode, we saw Wang Lin facing an incredible challenge as he attempted to ring the demon drum 15 times. Despite the immense power of the golden armored man and the destructive rebound from the drum, Wang Lin pushed forward, striking it 9, 10, and finally 11 times. Each strike not only shattered thousands of life seals in his body but also allowed him to fuse with the unyielding and defying aura within the drum. He went beyond mere physical strength, using the drum to cleanse his marrow and refine his body while comprehending the true meaning of defiance in his own unique way. By the end of this episode, Wang Lin had captured the attention of everyone present, including the Heaven Commander-in-Chief, who for the first time fully opened his eyes and focused entirely on Wang Lin. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it exciting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive notifications for the latest episodes following Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.